Hey, Flipping Awesome community, Dan Kalis here of the Kalis Brothers, and we are really excited to announce 6 new initiatives that we're rolling out between now and the first quarter of 2017. We're calling it our State of the Community Address, and we wanted to share that with you. I'm kind of going through a list here, so I'm just going to kind of scroll through my notes here to make sure I don't miss anything. The first thing we wanted to share is something that we've been teasing you with for a while, frankly, and we've been working on for the past couple months. Whenever we talk via email or the Facebook group with you, there's usually 2 main concerns that come up more than anything else. Number one, it's knowing where to start or what to work on first, what to work on next. Basically, in your particular case, a plan, if you will, something to execute on. And the second thing is funding. And actually, funding probably should be number one because it's more prevalent as far as being asked for. But as far as importance level, I think the plan is really what's actually more important, the underlying question. So we know that you probably do have information overload. There's so many things out there, free information, really good stuff, podcasts, blog posts, courses, whatever you're doing, and maybe you don't even know which information to start with, whether it's free or paid, like I said. And what that really means is that you want someone to direct you in the direction of what you should do next, depending on if you're focusing on wholesaling or rehabbing or some other kind of creative strategies. Giving assignments, as if you were actually getting mentored one-on-one or you were in a classroom type of environment, and someone to hold you accountable to your activities and goals. These are the kind of things that really make up that facet as far as being directed, not knowing where to go, okay? The problem is that this kind of thing costs a lot of money. A lot of you know that. We know that. There's people in our sphere of influence, in our networks that charge, $10,000, $50,000. There's coaching programs that cost $100,000 a year and even $1 million a year in some cases, depending on what you're doing, okay? So it can be really, really overwhelming. And so to get that kind of attention from somebody who actually is succeeding, it does take money. Otherwise, you're kind of just on your own. And sometimes just being on your own and not being able to ask those questions and get somebody's attention, even if it's in a forum that's free, is just going to prevent you from going to the next level. And so we've asked via email in the group if some of you guys would be interested in some kind of coaching program. And the response was overwhelming. I mean, we had at least 1,000 people, I haven't even checked the emails in a while, that said, yes, I would be willing to do it. Yes, I have some funds allocated that I could do this if it was affordable. And so that's what we're kind of getting into right here. We wanted to come up with something that was affordable. So unless, frankly, you're flat broke and you just don't even barely have enough money to pay your bills, the timing's probably not right for you if that's the case to actually start a real estate investing business. Just want to be straight with you. Now, there's other things that we can do to help you. Maybe, provide some resources to help you make more money at your job, encourage you to get another job. But I mean, if you don't have even the basic amount to move forward and invest in some education and some help, then you're probably not really ready to do that. But that's kind of another topic. And and if you're just a little bit beyond destitution, you're kind of living paycheck to paycheck, but you want to go to the next level, we can relate with that for sure. And we've been there. I mean, you may need a different type of opportunity to kind of brush up on your selling skills, your networking skills, maybe raise some personal cash, sharpen, selling, negotiating, marketing, things like that before you dive in, but you're a little bit closer. So real quick, back to the 2 main issues. Funding. Here's our realization on this topic. As Joe and I have been in the business for the past 2 years providing funding through unsecured lines of credit and working capital through a brand that we run called Funding for Flipping. A lot of you are familiar with that. And we've helped hundreds of investors get unsecured funding to start and grow their business. Through our, we have a subscriber base of people that have come in interested in funding of over 100,000 people. We have an active Facebook group that's a private group many of you are part of. That's over 4,000 right now. And so because of that, we have a really unique perspective on the real estate investing space because we're providing funding. We're talking to investors. We're seeing what you need, what you don't need, what's really working. It's kind of like if you were talking to a restaurant owner who's ever owned one restaurant, or you've talked to the food supplier who deals with hundreds, if not thousands of restaurants on a daily basis. They probably have even a different and maybe even a better understanding of how to make it in the restaurant business because they're seeing what's working, what's not, and they have that frame of mind. So that's what we're hoping to bring to you here. Anyway, so the bottom line is that if you have a problem getting funding for your deals, if that's what you're kind of focused on, the reality is that you either just haven't searched Google and found the hard money lenders because they're out there and they want to give you money if it's a good deal, or you really just don't have a deal worth funding, okay? That's really the fundamental issue. And this is why it helps to have somebody who can actually walk you through the process, look at your deals, help you analyze them. You're not going to get that if you just go into one of the top Facebook groups even the Flipping Awesome group or anything else, you're not going to get people on a regular basis to look at your deals and give you feedback on that. So this is why it's important to have a coach. Yeah, I got my Cubs hat on. Go Cubbies. And so trust me when I say that if you have a house under contract at a good price, you present it professionally, and you have good, either after repair values, or better yet, secure the property at a good discount, 30% or something of the as-is value, you're going to have joint venture partners and hard money lenders, wanting to fund you for sure. So if there's an issue, there's something deeper. You're looking at the symptom, and we need to go to the cause. So we figured out an amazing solution on how to get help for you to get better at sourcing deals, analyzing deals, and have a much easier time getting funded, and possibly even just wholesaling the deal to another buyer. So most of you probably aren't even really ready to be doing rehab deals. You come in, you kind of want to do that because that's kind of what you see other people doing, and sometimes your concern is, I need to get a loan to fund this property, but that could take up to 6 months. I mean, you could have money tied up, money that you don't have. It's going to take a long time to get paid, and you're kind of skipping over the strategy of wholesaling, of getting something under contract, getting good at marketing, negotiating, and then flipping it to another investor, building your buyer list. You don't even have to have funding for that, and you're going to be able to make checks of $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 to start building up your own reserves, and that's really important. This is something that we want to be able to help you do. It really is a mindset shift. I was talking with one of our community members recently, and he's done some flips, and he said, I haven't done wholesaling yet. I feel insecure about it. I don't know. And I said, I think that's probably easier than what you've already done. You just haven't done it, but you're throwing away leads that are coming through that you don't have the capital for when you could be making thousands of dollars. So anyway, here's what we're working on. We have a couple of really good friends who are out of Southern California, 7-figure real estate investors. They're not necessarily famous. They don't have, actually, one of them does have a TV show, or did have a TV show. So I'm saying they're not. It's not like Tarek and Christina. It's not like our incoming president, who's a real estate investor. But these guys are in one of the most competitive markets in the country, Southern California. And if you can succeed there, you can succeed anywhere. So we're actually really excited to formally announce, finally, the launch of the Flipping Awesome group coaching program, which is also going to be known as the Find It and Fund It system. Okay, it's something these guys have been putting together on their own as well, and we kind of merged together and said, can you provide this coaching and this one-on-one coaching and give time, give interaction to our members as an exclusive package? And they said, yes, let's do that. So we've been working on that, and we've surveyed you guys, and more than 1,000 of you said that you'd be interested in that. So we'll see if we can get some people started here really soon. So you're about to get that chance to enroll in class, and there's gonna be more details here in a moment. But one of these friends that we were talking about that's a coach is none other than Chris Bedgood. He was the star of A&E's reality channels. A&E channel reality TV show Flipping San Diego. You've seen all the Flip This, Flip Boston, Flipping This, Flipper Flop. He was one of the 2 stars on that show. Pretty cool, right? And so we wanted to create an affordable program based on all their experience and just give you the accountability and the guidance that you needed. That's all I'm going to say for right now about that program. This isn't necessarily where you can sign up for the coaching program. We're just making you aware of it. There will be a limited open enrollment period between Monday, December 5th and Saturday, December 31st, midnight, 11:59. And starting that Monday, 1 week from today, which is going to be December 5th, we'll be running an online presentation that breaks down the details about the program, including pricing, curriculum, bonuses, frequently asked questions, things like that. Also note that this class is going to be limited to 100 students, okay? Just so we can give everybody the proper amount of time. We do have 100,000 plus email subscribers and more than 4,000 Facebook group members. So the 100 spots is probably going to fill really, really fast, okay? Now, we will have subsequent classes, based on demand, based on coaches' availability, but there's no telling if that's going to be a week later, a month later, or a year later, okay? So if this is something that you're interested in, you need to enroll right away. So announcement number 2 of 6 is probably the least exciting, frankly, but it's really necessary. Tomorrow, you're actually going to be getting an email from us. It's vital that you open it, that you click on the proper link to stay in our subscriber list, okay? We're doing a mass cleanup at the end of the year of our list, and we want only people who really want to be on our list and are actively opening our emails. We're going to have more details in the email tomorrow, but please, 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 make sure you open it, or you won't actually see any of these future emails. You won't get information about the coaching. The reason we're doing this, we'll explain in the email, but basically, a lot of you came over from Funding for Flipping, and we just put you in this other list, and we didn't have you do it voluntarily. So we're all part of the same company, so it's fine to do that, but we wanted to give you a chance to double opt in on that. So please look for that email tomorrow. and so you stay on that list. And once you do that, we'd ask you to whitelist our email address, hello@flippingawesome.com. Add it to your address book in whatever email server you're using, and open the emails that we send you, because the more you open, the more that your email server will know that you want to see those. So, by the way, after leaving or after watching this entire video, please leave some comments. It'll be in a blog post at the bottom of the page. If you have questions, you have concerns, you have comments, you're excited about something, share all that with us. We'll get back to you on that. Let us know what you're excited about, and if there's something that we didn't cover here that you want as a resource. And there's a couple things that we have in the works that we're not going to mention today because they're a little bit further away, but if you're interested in something that we're not talking about, let us know. So, number 3, okay. Whether you love him or hate him or couldn't care less about him, Donald Trump is America's president-elect. And for the first time in our lifetime, we have one of our own, a real estate investor, in the Oval Office. That's pretty interesting. I think maybe George Washington was too, but I don't know if that really counts. So, there's a major changing of the guard happening. It's coming really soon here, okay? He gets inaugurated January 20th, which is, 6 weeks away or so. And there's going to be many uncertainties regarding the economy. Politics aside, most entrepreneurs believe that Trump can only improve the economic situation, okay? So we don't have a partisan position whatsoever on this, but the fact is things are going to change, it's going to be different. And when change happens, a lot of people make money and a lot of people lose money. So what does this mean for us as aspiring and active real estate investors? Well, we decided to tap our network of brilliant and successful friends who are experts in real estate, economics, and finance, interview them about their perspective and their experience on how to think critically and act strategically in 2017 and beyond under the Trump presidency. We'll be compiling interviews into various multimedia formats, a book, videos, audio, a course, for you to consume however you'd like. Pretty relevant, right? This formal announcement, the actual book title, we have some working titles, is going to also be made in the future, Monday, January 2nd, to be specific. And so all you need to know right now is that starting January 2nd, we're going to make the book available as a pre-order at a 50% discount from what it's going to be. So you're going to be incentivized to have a little bit of faith, order the book. It's going to be awesome. And again, we wanted to go to our really smart friends out there, probably at least 10 plus interviews from people that are out there doing a lot of different things, a lot of different perspectives. You can take it. And it's not going to be the proverbial crystal ball of, oh, I predict this is going to happen, but it's, look, there's just some things, and if this kind of thing happens, you should focus on this. Look for this. This is how to do the research, okay? And then the product will be delivered and be available on Inauguration Day, January 20th, and after that point, the price is going to go up to full price, so you'll be able to get incentivized. Stay tuned for more information on that. Things will be different for sure, that much we know, and those of us who do know how to think critically and act strategically will thrive. Make sure that includes you. On to number 4 of 6, apparel. Along with the January 2nd launch of our book and course on real estate during the Trump era, we'll be opening up a brand new online store with t-shirts and other novelty merchandise. We'll get more specific about what that will entail. We don't want to commit to any one thing, but definitely t-shirts. And they're designed to show the world that you're a real estate investor, you're an entrepreneur, and you're success-oriented. One of the designs that we have in mind here is actually going to effectively turn you into a walking bandit sign, but it won't be just some cheesy commercial type of thing. We're going to use some humor and pop culture. I think you guys are really going to love this, and you're going to get people to stop and ask you questions, and I think that could turn out to be some significant business for you guys. So look forward to that. That's going to be great. We're looking forward to it. Number 5 of 6, in conjunction with the 2 main concerns that I mentioned earlier, knowing what to do first and having a plan, and then executing on it strategically, and then also funding, we're also going to be writing 2 additional books on these very topics. The first of their kind, I believe. We haven't seen anything out there, and that's why we're doing this. The first will be called, most likely, REI Biz Plan, and cover the real estate investor life cycle from the decision to start a business, to incorporating the business, to automating your business, and everything in between. Pretty much, the second book, pretty much all the books on funding that are out there are centered on one type, raising private capital. And that's obviously a really important topic, and it's amazing, and everybody should be focused on learning how to do that. But there are actually 6 other distinct sources of funding that rarely get taught. I'll just tease you with them a little bit right here, and then the book will include a lot of details and interviews as well. You're talking bootstrapping, which is basically raising organic capital, doing wholesaling and other deals to raise capital for yourself before you rely on it to do a flip. Unsecured lines of credit, and how to work with banks and different programs on that. how to work with hard money lenders. We'll have some insights from hard money lenders out there as well. There's a lot that goes into that, how to present the deals, how to analyze the deals. Joint venture deals, which is basically the opportunity to get a private lender or a private investor to partner with you on the deal and provide the funding, and you swap, and it's an equity deal. It's not based on a loan. Traditional bank financing, there's a lot of different programs out there, and we're actually going to work on getting a directory and some profiles of portfolio lenders across the country that issue different types of aggressive loans that you may not be able to get at some of the major ones. And then last, institutional capital. A lot of money in institutions. There's ways to partner with them and get funding for your deals. We'll talk about that as well. So keep an eye on your inbox for the upcoming weeks and months, and in our private group as well. These are going to be really exciting. That'll be probably sometime in the first quarter. Okay, number 6 of 6. Last but not least, this is something we're thinking of doing. It's really up to you to tell us if it's something that you want, this type of content. We're probably going to start doing a little bit of it anyway, but whether we continue or not is really up to you, okay? There seems to be a lack of focus in the real estate investing world on entrepreneur lifestyle topics, okay? There is in general if you start getting into internet marketing and you get into entrepreneurship in general, but inside of the real estate investing space, it's all very tactical and technical training, and that's great. But what does this really mean to you, to us? Lifestyle, at least my definition, is the expression of things that are most important to you. Your lifestyle is going to be, if you're health oriented, if you're focused on relationships, these are things that are going to come out. If you're interested in pursuing wealth, if you're interested in being motivational, those are all things that are going to come out in your personality and things that you do. So of course, as a real estate investor, we're talking about financial freedom and wealth creation, no doubt about it. But when, what about like I said, mindset and motivation? What about stories that are out there from the field? Just entertainment and inspiration, productivity. Talking about how to design your day, how to do time management, how to outsource different things to manage your time properly. And there are some things like that taught, but productivity, people skills like influence, rapport building, and networking. Personal finance topics that don't necessarily have anything to do with real estate specifically, as far as what are you doing with this money when you get it, other than reinvesting it back in real estate. There's ways to be smart about that as well, and that's not really being focused and taught in the real estate space. And possibly the most important of all is physical health and performance, the well-oiled entrepreneur. Frankly, the better that you feel, the better you can perform. And this is definitely not being taught in the real estate space in any kind of significance. But, if you guys want, we'll be able to provide a lot of resources and tips and tricks to, everything from, getting better sleep, having more energy, more focus, being able to just really, get more done. It has to do with productivity as well. But the better you feel, the better you are, the more you're going to be able to get done. That's the bottom line. So, I think that's pretty much about it. As I mentioned previously, leave comments at the bottom of this page after this video. Questions, comments, things you're excited about, things you'd like to see that we haven't talked about. And there's going to be other things that we brought up or that we didn't bring up that are going to be announced later, but this is just the ones that we kind of pretty sure we're going to be doing, that we have planned for sure. So let us know about that, and we just want to thank you so much for being a valuable part of the Flipping Awesome community, and we look forward to crushing it with you guys in 2017 and beyond. So again, one last reminder, check your email tomorrow and open it, and you're going to need to select yes to stay on the list, and then you'll be getting all the announcements of all this exciting stuff coming up. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.